What's up, painters? Feeling a little under the weather today, so just bear with me. I have tea. As you can see, we're in a little filming space right now. Oh, that one hurt. So if you saw my last video, you know that we've been working on rebuilding my living space and art studio. We got basically the shell done in the last video, and I spent a few days in here, and it really just felt empty, and it was really starting to affect like my mind. It felt very empty and like hollow, and not a good environment to work in. I started decorating. You can already see some of the stuff, and I'm gonna kind of run through and show you guys everything that I hung up, everything that survived the flood, and some of the new stuff, like these soundproof foam panels. I told you I was gonna do something about that audio echo. With my living space being flooded too, you would think like, oh, like once he's back in his space, the most important thing would be setting up his bed. No, the most important thing to me was not setting up my bed. It was setting up this new work desk that I currently have the camera sitting on, and having a space that I could like sit and draw, edit, make videos, work. To me, that was what I was missing the most. Sleeping on the floor was very, very uncomfortable for 3 months, but not having a space to work. Yeah. Once I got my new desk set up, the first thing I did was work on getting a new bed set up. And as I said, after sleeping on the floor for 3 months, oh man, getting back to a bed has been incredible. And now that I'm kind of feeling under the weather, like having a bed that I can lay in and kind of like, it's nice. So once I had finished up my bed, the next thing I moved was doing something about that echo that was in the last video. I don't know how much you guys noticed it. That little bit of echo from just having such an empty room really bothered me. So I got these foam panels to kind of help with the sound in here. I'm gonna stretch them out more and put more of an audio setup back there for when we work on our future Space Cakes cartoon. That way we have a good spot to like record audio and not have any interference or echo or anything. Now I'm able to burp, and the acoustics, they sound real nice. Next thing I needed for my own mental well-being, besides like dealing with the echo. For those of you that have watched my videos for a long time, you know that I've always kept like very decorated backgrounds, and I've always had art all over the walls, and having just plain white walls with nothing hung up, it was really, really starting to make me feel like very empty and just like, ah man, like there's no happiness in here. It's just hollow. So we're gonna go through a bunch of art that I've bought from other artists, see what survived the flood, unpack all of that, and I'll kind of talk about some of the art that I have and some of those artists. Getting into all the art we just unwrapped, this first piece is from Tragic Girls. I'm gonna put links to all the artists that I show's Instagrams in the description. Tragic Girls makes like a lot of really cool stuff. They do a lot of like halftone textures and things. I really like their stuff. I got this for Christmas last year and I was juiced off of it. I don't drink bubble tea, but I'm all about like zombies and eyeballs and stuff like that. So I really do like this piece a lot. I back it. Tragic Girls, very happy to have them on my wall. I don't have anywhere to spit. I'm like progressively feeling worse and worse filming this. Tea! It's not helping. It's not helping at all. This next guy, huge fan of the artist, formerly known as Moldy Old Cider. Now he goes by Moldazor. The reason I got this one, Toxic Avenger, New Jersey Brethren? Had to get the Toxic Avenger. Eventually I want to collect like a bunch of artists that I like. A lot of them do like Toxic Avenger pieces, and I'd like to get like a whole Toxie collection. I think that would be awesome. All of these different interpretations of Toxic Avenger. So this is like definitely one of my favorites that I have on my wall. I just realized that I pretty much am gonna say that about most of the pieces I have. I buy art that I really like, so check out Moldazor. Lately he's been doing these like really cool Dungeons and Dragons pieces, and I also like Dungeons and Dragons, so hey, go check out Moldazor. This is a piece I got, I think this is when he was still going by Mr. 56, but now he's Crocodile Jackson. He did a bunch of prints And I was like, oh man, like I gotta get one of these prints just because he puts a lot of personality out there along with his art. And I've always tried to tell people this, like, you know, art skills are good, but like personality is what will really get somebody to like really with you heavy when it comes to anything you're creating or doing. A lot of humor in his stuff. It's just a friendly reminder in the morning that like, hey Austin, when was the last time you showered? It's been about 5 days. Oh, you smell like piss. My wall just gives me a little reminder, hey, you should probably shower soon. Crocodile Jackson, check out his stuff. He actually just did an art show, and I think he released a bunch of new stuff right after it ended. His whole group of people that he hangs out with, Moldazor, all of them, they all make really awesome stuff. They seem sick. You smell like piss. Everyone should have this print. If you don't, it smell like piss. I don't know. This next one is from Alex Pardee. I didn't really have any specific reason for choosing this print. He put up a bunch for sale, and if I could, I would buy every single thing that he's ever made. It's probably like one of my biggest art inspirations. I've listened to like quite a few podcasts with him in it, and he like had some struggles in the past with like mental health stuff, and just the way he gets through it by just creating all these like really cool, happy looking monsters is it's really sick. He seems like a good dude. Like, I'm so used to skateboarding that I almost said on and off the board because that's like what you hear about skateboarders. He seems to be a good dude on and off the paintbrush. And he's hilarious on Instagram. You should be following him. Look at his airport pictures. They're incredible is the only word. It'll be incredible if my eyes like would stop sinking in as I'm filming this. Remember last year when I got sick and I made videos all through being sick? Might be getting round 2 soon, guys. Who knows? This one, smallest thing that we're putting on the wall, but my favorite. My girlfriend actually made this one. It was just like a random thing in her sketch journal. It's a human heart with a bunch of eyes in it. You guys know my art. You know I'm like fascinated with eyes. And she was kind of just like going through like tearing stuff out and throwing things away. And I was like, what the hell, you're gonna throw that away? And she was like, yeah, I don't want it. So I wanted it. I don't care if that's corny. Fight me. Got this monster ring. Put the trademark right on your temple. Talk some shit. Do it. Hey, do it. Do it. I watched Ant-Man 2 yesterday, out of the blue. I was just like, yeah, Ant-Man 2, sure. I'm stuck in bed, I don't feel good. Ant-Man 2, yeah. The f*** is that decision? So the next thing we're gonna do is start slowly opening all the art that survived the flood that I made. To those that have watched my channel for a while, you're probably familiar with a lot of these pieces. I've made videos with a lot of the creation processes of these. See what survived. Say a little prayer to those that didn't survive. Rest in peace, Finn. World misses you, buddy. Also, I'm just gonna apologize in advance. I wore a shirt that's not very appropriate for YouTube, so I had to blur it. If you guys are all of a sudden like, why is the screen so blurry? I just wanted to give you like a heads up. Whatever. So the first things we're hanging are a couple of my New Jersey Scum pieces that survived the flood. Unfortunately, I had 5 more New Jerseys that were in progress, half painted. So much time put into them. They were destroyed in the flood. So 2 is all I had left. I actually had 3, but I want to keep 1 for myself because it's kind of just like a, well, at least this survived and it's my favorite one I've ever done. But 2 of them survived and are available. I don't know if I said that. Any piece that you see on this like wall of art that I made, if you're interested, just reach out to me through email or Instagram. They're not available in my online shop right now just because I'm kind of like redoing that after the flood. But if you are interested, just DM me on Instagram or email me and we work it out. Pay through PayPal or Venmo or something and we'll get it to you. Next, we're gonna be unwrapping all the Nuketunes that survived. A lot of the Mushroom Kingdom ones were okay. I think Nuketoon wise, really the only characters we lost were Finn, because Jake was okay. So yeah, Finn was really the only character that we lost. So the first one that we have was this Goomba. Honestly, my favorite Mushroom Kingdom piece that I made, and I thought for sure that the Goomba would be like the first to go, but I still have it, and I'm kind of actually juiced that I still have it, because it's like my favorite color combination that I've ever used on a piece. This one we have Luigi. Nothing much to say about Luigi, just a stand-up guy. Through quarantine, I did beat Luigi's Mansion. Not a bad game, not as good as the original. We've got Mario with all these little holes in his face. Put him right next to Luigi. Get the brothers together. We got Yoshi with the purple and green. I really like Yoshi's another one that I thought for sure like, I won't hold on to this one. And I've had Yoshi for a while. One of you should pick Yoshi up. We've got Princess Peach. I never sealed this one, so I was so grateful that it was above water level because had it been under, Peach wouldn't have survived. She wasn't sealed yet. Oddly enough, Kenny, who dies all the time, did not die in the flood. Kenny was high enough that he survived the flood. So if you haven't seen my South Park Noobtoons video, go check that out. And at the same time, Stan Marsh also survived. Stan Marsh the Darsh. Yeah, I've been thinking about doing some more South Park Noobtoons pretty soon. I already have like concept drawings for Butters and Token. It's kind of just deciding like, well, who else do I want to do? Or do I want to do just a bunch of different monster versions of Randy for a Noobtoons episode? I think the Randy would be more fun, honestly, but I really do like the Token and Butters that I have made, so Stan and Kenny, still available. Kyle and Cartman, I do have available in sticker form on the Noobtoon Pop Shop. That was all the wall art of mine that I was hanging. So now I'm gonna kind of show you around my little like filming YouTube recording space. If you guys were curious, this is what it would look like in the editing and station where the camera will be. So this is basically where you guys are seeing your point of view from. The desk is kind of cluttered right now. As I said, I'm not feeling too good. To combat clutter, I recently organized all these cables. I've always been like a very disorganized person when it comes to like keeping cables and like paints and stuff like that together. Despite that, I'm actually a person that really likes structure and like thrives in like a very organized environment. So part of like post-flood life and like rebuilding who I am as a person, kind of like potential spam. It's like they don't even give a shit that I'm filming a video. So going forward after the flood, I'm kind of trying to be more conscious about that with myself. I always kind of thought that it was a bad thing. When you think about structure, at least me, like I think of like some uptight person that like you just don't want to be around. And I realized that like I can organize cables and not be a total douche. I don't know why I wasn't doing that before or why I thought the two, I don't know. I don't understand my brain any better than you guys do. But yeah, I made all these and each cable got a label. Yeah, we got label makers here at Space Case now, okay? Things constantly evolving. This was the New Jersey I was talking about that I wanted to keep for myself. And then up there we have one of my space cakes that I was working on pre-flood as well. I told you guys that I lost 5 New Jersey pieces, about 9 space cake cutouts that were in progress. 9 paintings in progress, gone. But we're gonna rebuild. So I kind of wanted to have him in here just to kind of motivate me to like get back to it, redo the ones we lost. Also, Space Cake's cartoon. Casper, that's his name. You guys may have seen him before Memorial Day, but a lot more coming from him. Also, Space Cake's election announcement coming, whatever we find out what's happening in this country. You guys are gonna like it. I guarantee it. Next to my little art pieces that I wanted to keep, my girlfriend got me this calendar because again, I really do like structure. And I started writing out all my video plans for this month. There's no guarantee that all these dates will definitely be hit, but every single thing up there is a video idea. And I'm really hoping that maybe we could put out somewhere around like 20 to 25 videos this month. Again, I don't know for sure if that'll happen. I'm not gonna like beat myself up if I can't. There's a lot going on right now, but I'm gonna try. So this is where things are gonna get super corny. It's how I met my girlfriend, and she's been like such a huge part of kind of like getting me through all this flood stuff and like keeping me motivated to keep on going. So I wanted to make sure that like her art and pictures of us were like front and center in my workstation, so that at any point if I was feeling like depressy about my whole situation or just feeling like really demotivated, I could look up, see that like everything's fine, everything's gonna be okay, keep going. So yeah, a little corny, but yeah, suck my balls. Alright painters, so that is gonna wrap today's video. Hear those acoustics? By no means are we done decorating in here. There's still a lot more stuff that has to happen. Still have to do trim along the whole thing. I have to paint my door still. Got to finish up the hallway leading up. There's a lot more to do still. Still a lot more art that I want to make. Talked about some of the pieces we lost. We're going to get them back. But I kind of just wanted to like go through and make it feel just a little more livable. Really just felt like a hollow shell. And yeah, I don't know. As I said before, like I want to keep you guys updated on the whole process of everything, and I showed you guys the rebuild. Make sure you check out that video if you haven't. Now I want to show you like just the early forms of decorating, and then And you guys will start to see like more foam will come in, more decorations, we'll get better lighting in here. I'm thinking about maybe getting some shelves and stuff. Basically just rebuilding everything. Like I lost all my lighting, all that stuff in the flood, so it's really just like trying to get back to a system the way we had before, where I can really like start pumping out videos consistently and feel good about the setup and not have to think about like, oh, was the sound gonna be bad? Is the lighting gonna be bad? Is this like blah blah blah? Like no distractions, just rebuilding and getting everything nice. Get all these videos done. I got a whole notebook of ideas written out, about 52 video ideas that I'm hoping to get through for the rest of the year. Some of it might overlap into 2021, I don't know. It's hectic year. If I seemed a little weird in this video, I really am like feeling under the weather. I had to go take a COVID test yesterday and jam the thing up my nose and do all that, and now I'm waiting for results, which is also very stressful. I really appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. To those of you that did, thank you for being patient. We're getting back to it. Thanks for watching me decorate. Check out all those artists that I mentioned. They're all really freaking cool people. I know I'm going to be getting more for the wall, so go get you some. GG. Bye.